Is this the best light strip for streamers and video makers? Welcome back to BensTechLab. Today we're going to take a look at the Elgato Light Strip for use in video. When I first started building my YouTube studio, I went out and bought a bunch of Philips Hue products, and Philips Hue is great and I like them, but they weren't designed specifically for video and they can cause flicker in your video. This Elgato Light Strip was specifically designed for streamers and video makers who want to add some RGB lighting to their setup, and it's supposed to work with any camera and any frame rate and be video friendly. So today we're going to open it up and try it out. So I got this Elgato Light Strip on Amazon. Comes in a decent little box there. Manual. And let's see what's inside. So that's the light strip itself in this little cardboard pouch here. Comes nicely packaged. This is the controller box. This controller box is what allows you to change the colors on your RGB light strip. There's a connection on one side for the light strip itself, and a connection on the other side for the power adapter. Speaking of which, there's the power adapter. So very typical power adapter with a replaceable plug system on there. So depending on where you are in the world, you get all these different adapters here. I'm in North America, so we're going to use this one. And it just goes on here, like so. Now we've got North American plug. Wire feels pretty good. It feels like a nice quality, that it's not too hard and brittle, so it'll bend nicely if you're trying to do some cable management under your desk. So that's good. This piece of double stick tape also comes in the box and is for sticking your control box under your desk or back of your monitor or wherever you want to put it. All right, so here's the main parts we need. That's the light strip itself. There's a ton of these on the market, so it's not like this is going to be mind-blowing or anything like that. The light strips work by having a flexible circuit board on the back that contains a bunch of little individual LEDs. Let me try to zoom in here. Elgato has branded this one. They've got their brand name on there, but they're all pretty much the same. They generally have 3 LEDs in them. There will be a warm white, an RGB LED, and a cool white LED. And then by mixing the 3 RGB colors and or the cold white or warm white, you can produce whatever color you want. The problem is some controllers use pulse width modulation to blink the lights really fast to mix them together. And that pulse width modulation isn't visible to the human eye naked, but cameras, depending on their refresh rate, can pick up a flicker from that pulse width modulation. So Elgato's designed this specifically that shouldn't be seen when we see this on camera. So let's test this out. Before I actually mount it up, let's just give it a quick test here to see how it looks on camera, and then we'll install the app and play with it here a bit more. So there we go, we plugged that in. It's doing a little dance of a few different colors here. Looks pretty good to me. There's no flicker in the light. Looks pretty nice. So obviously the back side of it is a double-sided sticky tape, and you can stick it on the edge of your desk or on the back of your monitor, or behind a bookcase, or whatever you want to do to make your space the way you like it. So maybe we'll mount this up, we'll install the app and see what we can do. Actually, before I peel the sticky tape off of here, I'm going to install the app first and make sure that it works as expected, just in case I need to return anything. So let's grab the phone here and get the Elgato app going. Okay, I'm just going to search on my phone here for Elgato on the App Store, and there it is, Elgato Control Center. Their ratings are not very encouraging here, but you know, I am a tech guy. Hopefully I should be able to make this thing work. There's a manual included in the box for getting set up. All right, we're opening up the app for the first time here. It is going to ask for location permissions. That's pretty normal for anything that needs wireless, and that's because Wi-Fi and Bluetooth can be used for triangulation to find the location of your phone. So it does need that permission to access the Wi-Fi network. So I will allow that permission on the app here. Found new accessories. Let's add it to your network. Well, that was pretty straightforward. So it found this Elgato Light Strip B58B. That's probably a serial number or something. Click identify. Hey, there you go. So when you click identify, it blinks it in case you have a whole bunch of these in your environment and you want to know which one is which. Click connect. All right, I better not give you my Wi-Fi password. All right, of course it stopped casting my phone to my recording device here as soon as I went to add this to the Wi-Fi network, and that's because the app is turning on and off your Wi-Fi to program the Wi-Fi password on this light strip. So once that's done, it just comes back into the app here. And it looks like it is working. So it's basically, this box is now joined to your Wi-Fi network and the app can control it through the Wi-Fi. Let's give it a little test with a little bit of RGB here. Let's go brighter. Nice. Let's go with some blue maybe. Green. Go in between. Some of the Philips Hue products have a problem specifically when you're in between RGB values. If you're on a full red, full green, full blue, or full cool white or full warm white, it won't blink. But when you're mixing in between the colors where it's blending the different colors, that's when the flicker appears. So I'm picking some colors here that are kind of some mixes in the middle of the color rainbow here just to show that there's no flicker on this light. Super cool. All right, I'm liking this. It seems nice and bright here and I got good control over it. So what I'm gonna do is test it out on the perimeter of my desk edge. And again, just in case you would like to test this out before you ruin the packaging and can't return it to Amazon, a little tip for you in testing out LED light strips. Don't peel the sticky tape off the back yet. Just take a little bit of electrician's black tape. It won't leave a residue if you just leave it on there for 10 minutes to test it out and see how it looks in your set. That way you could still return it if you needed to, or try it in another area of your studio. All right, there we go. So I've just taped on the Elgato Light Strip around the back edge of the desk there. I did just a really quick temporary job with electrician's tape just to see if I like it and how it looks on video. So I'm gonna go through a few different colors here to see what it looks like and decide whether I'm gonna keep this product and install it more permanently. So we'll start with some classic blue maybe. Let's turn up the brightness right around there. So it just gives a little back glow. That's a little different blue than what I got on the background. Let's try something in there. Go for a green. It's interesting. It blends in a little too much with my stuff. That's nice. Just a little bit of warmth in the background. It's almost not noticeable, but it just kind of lightens up the frame a bit. Let's try this. A little bit of red. Not bad. Let's go down here, try a purple. Purple's kind of interesting. And then let's switch back to white just to see how plain white looks here. So this will be the cool side of the white, or the more bluer white. Oops, let's go back to white. So right in here should be like pure white. Nice. And then as we go over here, it should be a little more orange. Cool. All right, well, I think I'm gonna keep the light strip just on the back edge of the desk and not on the end down here. So I like the light that it looks like backlighting, but I'm not sure that back one looks good.
Installation. Let's play.
All right, so I moved the light strip so it's only on the back edge of the desk. Let's see how this goes. Cool. Let's turn that down a little bit. Maybe right around there. I want a little bit of a glow, but not so noticeable that it's like distracting, right? Just kind of adds a bit of contrast to the back of the frame. Let's see how this RGB looks. Cool, well, hey, I really like this product. It seems to be working. I'm not seeing any flickering on my video here, which means I'm gonna stick with it and I'm gonna keep these. So I bought another one. I bought two of them for a few reasons. One is I thought I should show you a bit more of the physical characteristics here. And because I might have different colors or different lighting areas within my set. So I might put some on the back of my monitor, which would be different than the light strip on the back of the desk edge. So let's take a quick look here at some of the characteristics. So first of all, this light strip is 2000 millimeters long, which is about 6.5 feet. So if your desk is 6 feet wide or less, then this is going to cover it just well. Obviously, if it's like a 7 foot wide desk or more, you can just leave a little bit of space at the ends and center it on there, and it's going to look just great. But if it's shorter than 6.5 feet, there is some markings on here for where you can cut the circuit. Let's see if I can get this on camera here. So these markings on here is where you're able to cut it, and you can only cut the strip at specific locations without damaging the LEDs. So you have to pay attention to how that strip works. It looks like it's about every foot that you can cut it. So from 6.5 feet, you'll be able to cut it down to probably like 1.5 to 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5 as your possible lengths. If you cut it not on these lines, you may ruin some of the traces and make some of the lights not work because of the fact that they're made up of these combinations of cool white, warm white, and RGB LEDs. It needs all the traces that connect each of those colors. But what else is interesting to note on here that I didn't notice until I opened it all the way up and unrolled it is the end of the strip actually has a little 6-pin connector on it. Let me see if I can get this to focus. Ooh, you know what? I'm willing to bet that this here could be cut open and this removed, and you could daisy chain 2 of these together. All right, guys, here it goes. I'm doing the surgery for you. Moment of truth. All right, so once I cut this open, you can see that you can remove this little pigtail off the end of the LED light strip. And now there is a male side and a female side of the connection, and you would be able to daisy chain 2 or more of these strips together. And they'll just click together like so. All right, hey, I really like this product. It looks really good on video. I don't see any flicker at all. And it was really easy to set up with the app on my phone. So if you're considering an RGB light strip for your streaming setup or your YouTube studio, I would definitely recommend this one. Now keep in mind, all of the Elgato products went out of stock during 2020 because there's so many people working from home and setting up things at home. So if you're considering it, I would pick one up right now. I'll leave a link in the description. You can always return it. And if you are just trying it out, just use a little bit of that black electrician's tape to temporarily set it up, and you can still return it to as new condition in box in case you need to return it to Amazon. That's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, then leave a like down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.